welcome everyone to another episode of Trying to Keep Up. Both Alice and I are traveling this week. I'm in Philly and Allison's in Boston, literally about to go on stage. So if she runs away,
I
that's
might
why.
disappear early. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. And special guest with us today is Keith Christopher, also joining us very early in the morning. It's 1 a.m. in Korea, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm happy to finally be here.
yeah. But yeah, Keith, how about you start us off? Tell us why you're in Korea, what you're doing, and then get to a joke.
I didn't come prepared with a joke. But yeah, so I got an offer I couldn't refuse, and I came out to Korea to be director of U.S. regulatory affairs and get to learn a lot about all the regulatory ties between all the other countries in Asia, so like all of APAC, and helping people distribute things through APAC and get to the United States. So it ties together my love of Asian food and regulatory affairs, and that's just like the best of both worlds for me. But for my joke, what do you call a bird that's afraid to fly?
Horse. No, I don't know.
A chicken.
Scaredy.
A
Oh, oh my
Oh, that's a
gosh. We
good
have so
one.
many chicken jokes on here. I should have gotten
Should
that one. So,
that I also have a bird joke. What side of the duck are the feathers on? The outside. Yeah, there you go.
um, okay. um, mine was not a bird joke. I feel like I should have had a bird joke because I'm a huge bird fan. What happens when you sneeze and fart at the same time? Your body takes a screenshot. That is.
I like that one.
That's
Um,
I think that one wins this week.
yes.
Not that it's a competition, but I think you
No,
win.
but yes,
It
thank you.
is.
Yeah, so I'm in Boston. I think there's background noise, so I'm gonna keep myself muted a lot of the time. But a lot of stuff happened this week, guys. It's been like I don't know. We were looking at the Google Doc, and we might not get through everything. But that's okay. That's
That's
okay.
okay. We can save some things for next week. And if
That's
you run
true.
away, Keith and I will hold
Hold
it
down
down.
for it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I'm about to give a talk called How to Prioritize When Everything Feels Important. And I was like, are you sure I'm the right person for this? Because everyone was like, you're not going to do TTKU this week, are you? And I was like, of course we are. Because you were like, Nilo's in Philly, like, you're here. Like, yeah, I was like, and our guest is in Korea. So it's like,
Yeah.
we're leaning in hard this
If
week.
Keith's gonna join at 1 a.m., we can do
Can
this.
handle.
Yeah, we can do
We
this.
can find the time.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive in. You want to talk about some de novos?
Sure, I can do the first one on
Okay.
here. So the first one is the Coromatic Automated Stool Management by CM Technologies. It is a definition of proactive fecal diversion from the rectal vault to an external disposable collection bag without any need for human intervention. Uh,
I
and
was like,
I,
why is that not the name of the device?
the
Disposable.
disposable,
The
yeah, it
disposable.
should be.
Because it's that is on their website. I was like, is this a typo?
No, that's if it's on their website, that's intentional.
But you haven't seen their website. There's stuff on there that I was like, this might actually just be a typo. But I was like, the disposable.
Well, we'll post the link in the
Okay.
meet in the podcast notes
Yes.
and leave it up to everyone else to decide if they think it's on purpose or not. Um, but it is essentially a fecal diversion to the bag, uh, to a uh, fecal bag, out external fecal bag, and to reduce leakage, IAD, HAPI, and CDI. which I did
I don't
not
know what
look
those
up what
are.
those were. I
Yeah.
CDI, I think, is a C. diff infection. I think that might be
Mm.
CDI, which would make sense in this case. Um, but I do think that I have a couple of friends that have like pretty severe Crohn's, and they've had to deal with these types of things before, and they're gross, and if they leak, it's terrible. So like anything that makes people that have to suffer with this kind of stuff better, and then you get into like, you know, colon cancer where you have to have resections and you have to have one of them while it heals and things like that. And I think so often you have to have one of these things when you have like appendicitis too, right? Like if you have your appendix removed, do people have to, I think you have to get one of these things while for a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gnarly.
So yeah, it's pretty gross. Before we get to the next one, I did work with a company that was making a better stool collection system for fecal transfers, like poop transfers. So for those of you who don't know, like when you get really bad colon stomach infections like C. diff, one of the ways to essentially cure it, because you're taking all these antibiotics that like rip out your gut microbiome, is they literally take someone else's poop, put into a pill, dry it up, put it in a pill form, and you take it, and it like helps regrow your colon microbiome. But the current process for collecting those samples is and like processing them is basically using like a home blender, like, and it's really nasty, and it's just like in a lab in the basement of a hospital. And so they were trying to come up with a different thing, and figuring out the regulatory pathway for something like that was hilarious. Honestly, it's just
I also feel like they would not be disposable. What's the opposite
no.
of disposable, right? It's
Um,
yeah, I'm gonna think of
but
something funny. Give me some
yeah,
time.
uh,
I
see
love
what
that
the
we're
chat
starting
says.
with poop. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
Yeah,
always
is
start by poop.
also
Uh, but we can go to the next one, which I think are just sunglasses.
Well, no, I want Keith to talk about this because Keith, the
Yeah.
way that I met you originally was with eyeballs. Like you were a reviewer on things that we worked together on opposite sides of the table, but you were in ophthalmics for a while, and then you went over
hmm
to the drug world, and you know so much. I am super excited that you said yes to this because I was like, he's got everything, and now you're gonna pick up a couple countries, you know. So, but anyway, I'm hoping that you did a
Uh, so yeah, I looked at it a little bit earlier this week when I saw it got approved because, of course, ophthalmics, and thank you for the kind words. Um, but yeah, so it's a pair of glasses that filters out, I think, everything below the blue light range and above red light range. So you're pretty much only getting the middle band of the visible spectrum, and that's all you really need to differentiate like real colors and depth. So it takes out the intensity of the light so that people with migraines don't get like flares. And what's the word? I can't remember the technical term for it, but it does sound like it's really, really cool. And I can't wait for people to start like using something like this when they're working or like when they have long work hours. Like something like this, that I just hope it doesn't like make the unapproved blue light glasses like start flying off the shelves again
That's true. This is
because
just to
those
live a
didn't work.
healthier life. Yeah. Um, I well, and it's for migraine associated light sensitivity. And one of the things I know about this company, just based on CTIP and like the which is the Consortia for Technology and Innovations in Pediatrics, they I know that some of the doctors have been really excited about this product, especially because it's for kids 12 and older. So there is like a pediatric population. When you think of like all the screen time that these kids get, like my kids don't have phones or anything, but still, like my 11-year-old is on a Chromebook, like looking at a screen all the time,
hmm
or in the classes, they instead of chalkboards now they have like large screens that they can touch and move things around. And so I'm like thinking about all of the the light that she's inundated with on a daily basis, and I'm like,
Hmm.
you know, she's not 12 yet. I don't want to use it off label, but when she hits 12, I'm totally. I was like, I'm gonna try and get a pair of these, and maybe one for myself. I was like, these are so cool. So,
Yeah,
um,
these like hitting
yeah,
an entire population is incredible. Like
Yeah.
for as you say, everyone has a screen. Like those days where you feel like your reward for looking at the medium screen is to watch a big screen while scrolling on a small screen. You know, those days where like yeah,
yes.
you're just so inundated with all of it.
It's embarrassing, like when I look on my phone now, of like it says like how many times you picked up your phone and like what you spent time on, and I'm like, and this is just my phone. I'm like, I can't like if they calculated my phone plus my computer, do I live outside that? Like I don't even know.
Go give a talk about priorities.
But I'm gonna on a screen,
On a screen.
on a
There
screen,
you go.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, Keith, in the chat, I think there was a question. Do you still need polarization in addition to high and low frequency light filtering for the migraine type stuff?
I'm actually not sure.
I don't know. I would assume that these are not for driving, and for like I feel like, well, even for you, you can have polarized like lenses, right? That
Hmm.
gets anyway.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's for an ophthalmologist. Great question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question. I
As
think
a
that's probably
clinician.
Paul from.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah,
clinician.
yeah. I do like that they're over the counter too. So that's kind of like you don't have to go get it prescribed. You can go. Hopefully they'll be available at like CVS. So
Um, can I talk about the Renew RX because I thought this was so cool,
yeah,
especially
because
because
I
it's
could
called
not find.
Neural Ice, and because
Yeah,
you cannot find a lot of information on it, right?
their website is like super. I tried to find the patent too because I
Yes.
was like, I'm gonna find something. Nothing. Couldn't find it.
In, right? It's so,
Yeah.
and so I hypothesize that we actually might be those people that are like, we're going to talk about it first here on TTKU. It's an injectable cold energy therapy for the management of chronic pain associated with osteoarthritis. And I think this one is for the knee. They have it for different indications,
Hmm.
but I also like that it's called Neural Ice. It sounds like some sort of beer or like an energy drink.
Natty ice.
Nice. This one's, yeah, this one's Neural Ice. And it makes you feel less pain, so it is kind of like an alcoholic beverage. But it's by Brixton Biosciences, which I think is actually it's a Brixton is like a station or an area in London, I think, and they said that it's gone
It's a
through a lot
bar.
of like
It's a bar
pain.
on U. It's a bar on U Street in
Is
DC.
it? Is
Yeah.
it? Well, maybe also. Yeah, it's like one of those places that's gone through a lot of transition and pain, and then it like recovers, and so that's I think how they picked the name of their company. But they have multiple clinical studies going on, and it's to be injected around the superolateral, superomedial, and the inferomedial genicular nerves, and so it's for pain. And I, as a neuroscientist in my heart, I feel like pain is one of those things that is so important to manage and control. And yay, good job. And I'm glad this
One
is
of
a
the
de novo.
Yeah, one of the things I like when I went on the website I thought was really cool is they're very specific about saying it's drug free, so it's not like a cortisone injection. There's something physical here when they inject it around the nerves that's either maybe it's thermal, with because they're calling it neural ice, or if it's like a nerve block almost, but like not shutting it down. I'm not sure. I'm super
I
curious
want
of
to
like
know
how it works.
more.
Yeah,
I
me
Yeah,
too.
it's
know.
microparticles, right? Like that's the whole
Yeah,
basis. And anything that's opioid alternative, I mean, I think we can always feel good about, right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think I know this the chief scientist. Like I was cruising around their website and trying to figure out who they are, and then I saw somebody on there that I'm like, I think I know him. So I meant to text him this morning, but it was too early, and I'm like, is this you? Is this your product? Like I want to talk to you more about it. It's so
We'll find
yeah.
out and we'll talk, bring it back
Okay.
around
Well, we'll
next
talk
week.
about it next week, especially because probably the decision letters and that are going to be out. So hopefully we'll learn some
Yeah,
more, and maybe they'll have stuff on their website because we've.
yeah. Um, Before we get off of de novo, Allison, you put something down further down, and I also kind of flagged it separately. There was a thing where the FDA authorized the first wearable device that continuously monitors both ketone levels and blood sugar. I think it's the I think it's an Abbott Duo, like it's
Hmm.
their Duo 10. It's their newest version of that. Um, and it's not on the FDA. The FDA put out a press release for it, but it's not in the cleared de novos yet. But I think it's going to be a de novo, and it's
Right? I was like,
yeah,
this sounds like it should be a de novo. Though there are things that you can measure about blood in different ways that are 510Kable, and speaking from experience here, but I'm like, yeah, ketones seem like it's just it's a unique way of yeah, like
yeah.
Hmm.
indication.
And I'm curious what they're gonna say. Like, is it just measuring it and letting doctors like, is there a new biomarker for something by measuring ketones? Like, what are they? I guess what's the ultimate purpose of it? It's actually going on right now, though. There's the digital health technologies, biomarkers, and clinical trials. FDA's got a panel or like a full day workshop going on right now. I was listening in earlier, and they were really focused on CGM and things like that. So I thought it was interesting. Well, I guess that'll be another one we'll probably have to come back to next week when we have a little bit more information on it.
Yeah, super cool though. I like that FDA puts out press releases like that, and then but we can't find any information. So
Yeah, well, they
maybe
got their
they're
first.
on to us. Maybe
They,
they're
they
like, we
figured
don't
it
want
out.
it to come out on TTKU, so we got to talk about it first.
I did see from the press release though, it was a breakthrough device. So breakthrough clinical trial, I think de novo. So it's kind of like it made it. We talk about all the breakthroughs and like they're cool, but a lot of them don't make it across the finish line. This one did, so that's cool.
Ooh, I'm gonna bet that it's a 510K. You're gonna say de novo, I say
Uh,
510K.
I think it's gonna be de novo.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with it.
okay. You want to be our adjudicator here, Keith?
Yeah. We,
I really hope it's de novo just to create another
Me,
regulation.
I do too. I hope it is, but I'm probably right. But no, I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
But you know that someone's just gonna, this is gonna be used for people to like make sure that they're sticking to their keto diet, right? Like this is,
Yeah.
That's so true.
This
I didn't
is
think about that.
paleo. It's
Yeah.
paleo all the time. Yeah. Just people walking around with their new Libra Duo. Um, okay. uh, so now I think we're up to we got up. So that was all the de novos we think this week. There's also a bunch of PMAs. Um, Allison, you want to take the first one?
Yeah. So this is my old crew. So this is the the Bagheera cervical disc prosthesis. It is indicated for use in skeletally mature patients between two levels from C3 to C7. So this is a spinal implant, and yeah, there's actually I believe there's quite a few of these out there, but this was an original PMA, and it's for folks that have herniated nucleus pulposus, herniated disc, spondylosis. That's why I should never have been in the spine group because I couldn't say
Yeah.
half the words that they say in there. And it's for folks that have failed at least 6 weeks of non-operative treatment or have the presence of progressive symptoms. So this is like numbness or tingling or prior to the
mm,
implantation of the device. So yeah, this is nice work. Nice work, spine, because I know PMAs are not easy. So whoever was doing this, I bet you feel relief.
When when they do disc prosthesis, are they like ring implants or they're not like the spinal fixation devices, right?
No, it's usually the ones that they're like
Wedge in there.
yeah, they
jamming
spread
them.
the
Yeah,
the
soft cage.
spine open and then just slide it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'll take Keith. Do you want to take the next one? Did you get a chance to look at this at all?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it the reflux stop, which a lot of people have GERD, like gastroesophageal reflux disease, and uh, I guess this when they install it and they do the stitching to the esophagus, it helps relieve they allow people to burp, which is a problem with the regular surgery by itself. So like while it does help relieve GERD, people can't burp very well. But this apparently, I guess, allows a lot more relief when you have GERD.
Did you look at the pictures of this thing?
I did.
It
Um,
is bananas. It was like so yeah, I hope people Google it. They have a lot of clinical evidence. I should say like most like everything we've talked about today, I was like, whoa, for that the one that for the Brixton device, their enrollment was 250 subjects. Like for this one, the images, it looks like they're shoving and implanting like it looks like a cotton ball, like if you think of a cotton ball in the plant, like it looks like this little round, it's not cotton, but it's like this little thing that they shove next to the esophageal sphincter and then like stitch it in. And it's just so like, I'm like, A, who thought of that? And then B, that's amazing that it works.
Hmm.
And like, yay for relief, right? Like, I'm just like, this is, anyway, people should
From it,
Google
yeah,
the
from an
reflex
like just an
device.
engineering standpoint, it
Yes.
looks like you're attacking an ant with a tank. Like it's just like it
That's a
seems
really
like
good way of
it's
putting it.
it seems like it way more than needs to be, but like I know folks with bad GERD and I feel like there's such a spectrum of GERD where it's like some people have it and it's like heartburn and like this would probably be overkill. But there's people who have like really bad like debilitating reflux where they're vomiting all the time. And so like this doing this instead of like a stimulator, a nerve stim type device or something like that, but I'm sure they had to do a ton of clinical work to justify an implant into the stomach that is it does look like a lot.
It's crazy, but also super. And they because
Yeah, it's very
it
cool.
was two things that were approved, right? It was the device itself and also the deployment tool, because it's very device
Uh,
specific. Like they
Mm.
have to, because of the shape of the device, they have to like make sure they're getting it into the right location. And I didn't watch any videos. Yeah, I had just eaten, so I usually try to save those for empty
yeah.
stomach.
I missed I missed that there was a deployment tool. I'll have to take a look at that because those are I my background's in cardiovascular and like TAVR and stuff like that, and like being able to navigate and deploy and do things without cracking open the chest are cool. I didn't realize that. I thought this was going to be a thoracic surgery kind of thing, or actually,
Yeah, they
Actually, I
said,
don't know.
did
I don't
they
know how it's
claim
deployment.
minimally invasive? Was that
I
in the
don't know.
claim? Can't
I don't know.
remember.
We'll have to watch the videos
Yeah,
after,
after.
right before you go to sleep, Keith. Just watch
Yeah,
some stomach
it'll
surgery
put you right to
videos.
It,
bed.
I will have about 30 seconds after we are done, and then I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk about the new HDE, you guys? I love HDEs because I'm so fascinated when they actually get approved.
Feel like they hurt us because we've been talking for months that the HD pathway might be dead because there hadn't been a new one since like
No,
2023.
this is like Monty Python, be like, not dead yet.
Yeah, yeah,
Not.
yeah. I did note the number. Was submitted
Yes.
in
What's
2000.
from 2000? Oh no.
Yeah. Or
No,
yeah,
no, it's not. It's from
2020.
2020.
2020.
2020. Sorry.
2020.
But still,
But
Yeah,
still,
yeah, still.
still,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
still 6 years ago.
it is such
Um,
It's
a underutilized, wonderful pathway. But
There's
yeah,
many
I
reasons why it's underutilized because I
yeah.
feel like it's such a hard pathway, right?
The upkeep is really hard to like
yeah.
Interesting,
maintain.
yeah.
So it's very costly for companies to maintain essentially a clinical studies site and sites and create a registry and the reporting requirements are really tough. Um,
It's like a
but
522, right? Like,
yeah,
I mean, the amount of work, and people abandon those all the time. So,
yeah,
yeah.
Well, that
but
and go on.
no, I was gonna say, but this is cool. Like I don't want to shit on the program. The device itself is for I this got it's micro P32 microparticle for distal cholangiocarcinoma intratumoral injection. So basically they're
You
injecting
nailed that. That
oh
was
Yeah.
congrats.
really impressive.
Yeah.
Deserve a golf
Actually,
clap.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you did, but it sounded good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I read good. Um, um, but it sounds like it's microparticles injected
Microparticles.
in yeah, there you go. Yeah. Uh, um, injected directly into solid tumors that are like bile duct cancer tumors that can't be removed by surgery. So like if you can't cut it out because it's too close to important organ or it's spread a little bit, they're going to inject these microparticles in there And then is it's not I wasn't really sure what the I didn't get a chance to like look into this. Did anyone catch like once they're in there, how does it work?
I don't
Is it
know. It's well,
I'm not sure.
P32 sounds radioactive, right? So it's some
it
sort of
does?
Yeah.
radioactive microparticle. But like people with this disease, and I went down the rabbit hole of DCCA, right, which is this aggressive bile duct cancer. People typically their median survival rate is about 6.7 months, and so I'm just think, it's a very rare disease. If to be an HDE, you have to have like it can only be for less than 8,000 people in the US a year. I think this is probably, I don't know the numbers of this, but like, holy moly, like, this is such a deadly disease. And like, if there's some additional help for these people, oh, it's huge. Yeah. And again, you don't have to show effectiveness to be an HDE. You have to show that it's safe. And so I'm hopeful that they'll have some promising results with being able to continue and actually get it into patients.
I think that was all the product stuff, but we still have a bunch of other news that was going on too this week. Um, I didn't see any new breakthroughs, and honestly, with the PMAs and de novos, I didn't dive into interesting 510Ks. So we'll do longer ones. But the first thing on here, we have Cedar H issues a proposed list of accessories suitable for distinct classifications of devices. And I will say I clicked on the link and could not find the actual list. Did you see it? Did you find it, Allison
No.
or
I
Keith?
was like, I guess there's a
No.
link. And comments are due by October 16th. But like, yeah, there were some broken links in there.
Yeah, and so the original comments, this was issued last year, and there was comments due before the end of the year for 2025. And I think what might have happened is there was enough comments that they reopened it for more comments, and maybe updated it, but it's unclear what was updated based on the previous comments. And
Mm,
there are people who do this better than me in terms of like reviewing the Federal Register and understanding like how to navigate that. I don't know how much you've dove into it, Keith. Ever.
The CFR
I
sucks. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
just going through,
the
just
Federal
trying
Register.
when something gets released and you're like, I tell myself I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna read it, and it's so uh what's the word? I don't know. It's hard to get through and come out with like a clear thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yup.
I can
That's
just
so
never
true.
figure out what's new or what's changed and what's just like template language.
Hmm.
This is what
I
AI
need
should do
track
for me.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah, I need track changes. That would be great.
I used like Veronique Lee. I had dinner last night. It was so fun with Veronique Lee, with Dulciana Chan and Alexia Haralambos and my sister, and we're all in Boston. And it was, but Veronique was. I was just like, I miss all the things you used to write. Like she would analyze things and it would make it
Yeah.
sense for me. So
She
yeah,
said, I think she said she was going to bring it back. um, yeah, when I actually met a bunch of Veronique's colleagues at Exponent, because I'm in Philly for a Project MedTech conference, which was awesome. If anyone has a chance to go to the Project MedTech events, they do a great job. Um, and shout out to Kelly, who says she listens as much all the time. I don't know if she's on today because she's probably on the road back home. But um, where was I going with this? Oh, nope,
nobody
lost it.
knows. Nobody
No one
knows.
knows. That train had no caboose. Project MedTech people, great time.
We were talking about Veronique and how we
She's great.
just
Good people. Just lots of good people.
yeah,
I think
and
that might have been
and
it.
you met her former colleagues.
Oh yeah. And
Let
they
me
were
help you
yeah,
there though.
thank
And do
you.
they all love
I,
her? Because she's
they all
like
love her
the
and
most amazing.
their her colleagues seemed great.
Yes. Oh,
Smart
Exponent.
engineers
They're
at
so
Exponent.
smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're like they've existed forever and I kind of forget that they're there and then you like meet them and you're like, "Oh, I should talk to you all the time. You do cool stuff." Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check. Um. Anyway, so I love that we brought up this point about this proposed list of
Not,
accessories because
yeah.
none of us really understand it or know what's going on. But maybe that's an important takeaway. Like, WTF? What is this? Um. Let's talk about Ready, guys.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah, Ready finally came out with two
Yeah.
companies. Go for it. I'm gonna mute myself because it's about to get noisy for a few minutes.
Okay. Keith, you want to take the first one?
No, it's all you.
Great.
I'll add on.
Okay. The Ready program was for a home innovation challenge for trying. It was an FDA kind of challenge to reduce readmissions through device innovation for the home. And the applications actually keep going till the end of September. But so these are some early entries into it. The first one was the REMI Neuromonitoring Home Health Hub, which it's a wireless wearable EEG system that you can put on for extended duration when you get sent home from the hospital, and it's for people 6 years of age or older, which is awesome. I love when PEDS devices are out there. Being assessed for seizures, poor sleep, or delirium following a hospital stay or in lieu of hospital admission. So um, I don't know if anyone's been in the hospital for a long time or had a relative be in there, but hospital delirium is for real. I did a 11-day stay one time when I was still in DC, and I was seeing shit out the windows before I left because you're sleep deprived. They're coming in every 2 hours to poke and prod. It's noisy. The lights never really go down. So if they can send people home and monitor them better, that's always good stuff. So love it, especially kids. Man, you don't want kids in
I love
hospitals for that long.
babies. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
our 6-year-olds. Like that's yeah.
The next one, also kids, this one was crazy. It's a therapeutic vibrational crib mattress. So it's a mattress that buzzes um, for basically white noise or random noise. I always forget that white, brown, gray are all actual different noises. Um, but anyway, mechanical vibration, and it's supposed to reduce the frequency, duration, and severity of hypoxemic or hypoxemia. I don't know.
All of
I can
those,
only
yeah.
I can only read good ones. And bradycardic episodes in infants with single ventricle heart disease during interstage periods. So if you have a single ventricle disease, you're likely going to need a transplant or a medical device. Heart has two ventricles. If you only have one, that's a problem. And because kids grow, you often need multiple surgeries as you go through. So this seems like a bridge kind of device to help with that, but I have no idea how the vibration on the mattress improves bradycardia.
Right, reduces the frequency, duration, and severity of these episodes.
Like,
So
I
it's
don't know how, like, I
yeah.
understand how single ventricle disease leads to the hypoxemia and bradycardia, but I have no idea how this device works. I'm super interested because um, pediatric cardiology was kind of what am still really interested in, and it's not often I'm like, I have no idea how this could possibly work. So I'm very curious about this, so I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah, but it's nice to see some movement in this. This is 2 of the 9 that they picked for Ready, but it also shows us that like they're starting to pick them. I know that they're still taking applications, as you said, until September. But if all the slots are filled in September, then that's
Yeah,
like they're starting to hand them
I have a
out. So
I have a client we're working on one with, and I think this might have pressed the we got to work faster.
Mm.
But all right,
all right,
Allison, I'm gonna let you go with this one.
no.
I don't actually know what it is.
Okay, I feel like someone posted this, and it was Shlomit, and she had posted this about Gov Allies, and like, oh, this is an exciting thing, and I was like, I think I sent it to you, and I just wrote, is this a trap?
Yeah.
So Gov Allies, their LinkedIn post said, we're excited to announce our first federal prime contract award, the Enterprise Learning Strategy and Operational Launch Support Contract, which what is the acronym? ELSOLS.
Yeah,
Contract
they
with
didn't.
FDA. Did not think about that. Sorry to cough. They are helping. It's like helping train and redefining what allyship means in public service. And this is just the beginning. So it sounds kind of like the experiential learning program, right? Where they like fly FDA out, but they're gonna use people to help FDA and bring like
I
contract
I
with
read
them.
I read this like 7 times and I could not figure out what the heck it was. I it was like part of me is like, hey, maybe someone should have used AI slop to make this more readable because I have
Should
no
we push
idea
the
what.
AI slot button in the
Yeah,
LinkedIn? Because
yeah.
you can do that now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just make this. Tell me what this is. Um, because like when also like when I think of like allyship, usually that's like being a good ally to like um a disparaged community or something like that, a minority group or something like lifting people up. And this does not seem like that. What this is at all. This is a different
I have
allyship.
no idea, right?
Yeah.
Agency wide approach to workforce development. This does seem like a lot of buzzwords that they're like, people will like this, but I'm like, I want to know more. I want to understand this better because I'm like, hey, I'm all for allyship. Like, who isn't? I love to
Yeah.
be an ally.
It's missing the
But
word synergy, and I think they would have hit everything.
oh, synergy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Circle back. Put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly what we're gonna.
Optimization,
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna. That's exactly what we're gonna do, and figure it out for next week. Also, there's a lot of figure it out for next week's.
There's a lot of kicking the
Yeah.
can here. Maybe that's what TCKU kick the can. That's
Yeah. This week's kick the can with
we're gonna
Keith.
have to you back, Keith, because yeah, we're like we're gonna have you stay up until 2 a.m. again. Um, let's just move on because none of us know
Yeah.
what that means. Anyway, should we go past the ketones because we talked about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's jump to
Mhm.
the next one.
All right, come on, Keith, take one. You got this.
Let's see. I did not know that this came out, but apparently there's a new, what is it, about allegations and regulatory misconduct voluntarily submitted to CDRH. What is, I didn't have a chance to look at that. What is it?
Well, okay, maybe you can answer a question for me first. Did you
Okay.
ever have to deal with like an allegation that came across your desk and then you have to like send a "Hey, it has come to our attention" letter?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you're familiar with this program. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the FR notice saying, can we keep doing this? And can we get money for this? So I think it's like them posting and saying, we want to make sure that we can
Still
here's
send
how many
allegation
hours.
letters?
Yeah, and like here and accept them, review them, and like the time it takes. What fascinated me was that they were expecting like 28,000 or I can't remember the
2800. It's like
numbers.
2800, I think. Is what.
2,800, and they're like, it takes about point or like 5 minutes or
It
some, or
was
like
15. It's 15 minutes.
I'm
I've
glad
got
you
it up.
read it. Okay,
Yeah,
it takes
I've got it
15
up still.
minutes to go through it, and I was just like, for each one, that's like so many allegations.
Yeah,
So
because it's 700 hours, but also like I've been on both ends of the "it has come to our attention" letter, which I do think it's funny that it actually has like they use the acronym. Yeah, um, but one, I would hope the FDA would be taking more than 15 minutes to review if it's legitimate. Like that's not enough time because so much of us responding to these things, because it's the first reach out, and then you have to respond to it with saying, "Hey FDA, go away, you're wrong," or "Hey FDA, you got us. How long can we keep selling our device before we get the 510(k) in?" Those are kind of the options, and all that
you're a
takes way
terrible
longer than 15
consultant. Is that how you respond to those? No, I'm just kidding.
every time. Kick kick the can down the road. Buy time. Stall.
You're wrong. Go away.
Go away, FDA. You're wrong. Wait, that doesn't work for you?
No,
When you just
no. I'm usually like, thank you
tell
so much for your letter. We appreciate the collaborative. Anyway, yeah, I'm a kiss
yeah.
ass. Keith, like, how did you close them out? Like, what do you just say like, yeah, that seems legit, and then you would just like give us the process because you lived
Yeah,
it
I
more
mean,
recently.
yeah, you would go through it. Well, first of all, there was a backlog due to COVID that I think lasted until like 2023, and then somehow the allegations department somehow got through it all. But yeah, I remember looking into one of the allegations, and it was something simple for uh, n not claiming something that's in their IFU or claiming something that is not in their IFU, and that was cut and dry. So it's like clearly you can't do this. So that did take me 5 minutes. But I feel like there's a lot of things like that that seem to be one of the most common. But I only did a handful because there was a lot of turnover, and so I became a lead reviewer in every sense very quickly.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm having a granola bar. I feel like a lot of them are just like FDA wants to get them off their plate as quickly as possible.
Mm,
So it's like, how did you fix it? And sometimes I've been on the receiving end and I'm like, we'll take a phone call, we'll talk to FDA, here's what we're planning to do. Okay, send us the updated images of your website or whatever it may be. Somebody said in the chat, sadly, the functional answer is to have the offending company donate to a political campaign. No, don't do. But
It
sadly,
doesn't always work.
doesn't always work. But but the
Tried.
point is well taken. Yeah, sometimes it's like,
Um,
and
I feel like this is we've dealt like we've dealt with a lot of these actually like on the consumer end because especially with the since the wellness guidance came out it they made it a lot of like kind of gray areas of is this wellness is this covered under there's some older like some of the light therapy things that are exempt but then people are just constantly turning them in for the companies that have the 510Ks or did the process, they're constantly turning them in and going, that's not a wellness device, that's not exempt. And then the FDA has to kind of basically copy paste and send out the letter and say, why do you think it's come to our attention? Why do you think you're a wellness device? Why do you think you can do what you're doing? And then it's, it ends up being a back and forth that honestly, every time we've had to deal with them, if the FDA is digging in and saying you need to do a submission, it takes like a year like from start, like it's a long process. I can't believe they're saying it. That's this FR note is saying it's
you
15
got
minutes
15 minutes.
is this this is incorrect.
It just makes me feel like, are we not giving FDA enough resources and time to do these things? Because I think they're important. Like there are times that
Yeah,
I find things,
for sure.
and anyone can submit an allegation, right? But I also feel like sometimes I see things and I'm like, that's not good, or that's putting patient safety at, like
hmm
that deserves one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just let well enough alone, but unless it's like egregious.
Yeah.
It's stitches
Um,
get stitches. Yeah.
I, I
It
need
does.
maybe I need a flowchart that's like an allegations flowchart. Like, should you turn in
Yeah.
your somebody? Yeah.
Um, it does, but that kind of like does the FDA have enough resources does kind of lead to the next thing that we had on here really well, which is the MDUFA quarterly report came out. FDA puts out a report every quarter for how if they're hitting their metrics, blah blah blah. I thought the one thing that was super interesting out of this, everything else was kind of standard data, but the de novo days to decision dropped from like 133 or something like that to below 100. So it's like a four. It
Is
was
that a closed out year though, or was it like
no,
an?
it's just it's not a full year. So like we might catch up for the ones that are taking longer by the end of
But
the year.
still, that's
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 yeah,
amazing.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's
huge
significant.
drop. Yeah, and like um, I
Something
mean,
that doesn't feel right though, because I feel like so many. Sorry,
yeah,
but I'm
it
like,
doesn't.
is it because like how they're counting days?
I actually think what it is the FDA. I think we've talked about before, and we all kind of agree. I think they're pushing more de novos, pushing people more toward de novos, and I
Yeah.
think part of that means that things that might have used to be in the 510K program are now de novos, but they're being closed out quicker because they're simpler de novos, like de novo without a ton of clinical or things. But I don't know, Alison, we do the new de novos every week on this thing, and we laugh sometimes because some of them are like 6 years old, like the HD ones. Like some of them are
Yeah.
super long, and like
Or
I
you can tell that there must have been an appeal, because the
yeah
total should be, if it's 150 days for de novo FDA days and 180 maybe for our hold, right? And if we take the full time, like it's just under a year. So you see things that go past a year, and you're like, okay,
it
that's a sign,
it's
right?
under it was yeah it was under 100 FDA days for sure,
That's
and it was
wild. Yeah.
and average review cycles went down too from 1.68 to 1.33 is what it's coming up at.
It's a
Um,
first submission decision or first
yeah,
round decision.
yeah. So
Maybe that's something to do with it. Maybe it's a please go withdraw this until you're ready to resubmit, and then the second round is easier. Like, whenever I see stuff like this, and I'm
yeah,
like, something's not adding up. It's usually there's a reason behind it, and it's because of how they count things, or there's
Like
stuff
an
that we
internal
don't see.
change of some kind.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
or they had submitted a 510k, the 510k got kicked out, but they mostly did their review. And so, hey, when you submit your de novo, just answer these questions and we'll grant the de novo. There's stuff like that that can speed things up.
I
But it
might.
kind of is like you've already had a first round of
I think I
deficiencies.
realized what happened here a little bit because this is 2026. I think Allison, you were getting at this. This is based on like maybe only three decisions. That
Oh,
That
yeah,
would do
see,
it.
that would
yeah,
do it.
that'll do it.
Sample size not
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
significant
at
I
enough.
think
look at us sleuthing.
yeah, this is proper review. I think there's still like 44, 45 under review and three that got cleared.
This was
It's
just a
just
really good quarter.
yeah,
Really
it's
good
excellent
quarter.
quarter. Flip.
Yeah, and is low.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, congratulations to the folks who got a review time
yeah.
under
Great,
100
great
days.
job.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, we got to speed it up because we got three more things, and
Yeah.
I
Really,
gotta go do my
you gotta
breathing
go.
exercises.
But yeah. Do you have to do your speech things like, you
Wow,
know,
wow, wow, wow.
yeah, Peter
Use your
Piper
tongue
picked
twisters.
pickle pucks.
There it
Yeah.
No,
is.
I honestly, I just usually make sure I go to the bathroom and have a full water bottle.
Okay.
That's I'm like I don't know how to prepare anymore. Let's but yeah,
Power
so
morcellation.
let's talk about morcellation. I This is a long and interesting story, but I think the main takeaway is that FDA updated their website, right, for the surgical devices for power morcellation, and they included the new de novo for the device that like the morcellator when it hits the bag, it like stops morcellating, which is such a cool feature, and that was like an added. It's a new product code, so if you go to that link, and we can put the link in the chat, there's um, yeah, there's just really cool technology out there. And should everyone get morcellation? No, right? There's some pretty sad stories around people that got it that shouldn't have. However, if it makes sense for a specific patient, I'm glad that there's tools out there and that FDA is putting some more information out there and making it easy to learn more about that procedure. Because I think some doctors might be like, oh, we're going to use this thing on you, and it's probably good to be able to go to FDA's website and say like, okay, I'm going to learn more about this. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it. It's cool.
Good job, FDA comms. Honestly, even some of the stuff's about putting out the new de novos that, and they've been doing more press release stuff. I feel like that's been notable that there's been updates to their communications on the website and stuff recently, which I'm always big fan of. Good job. Um, the next thing on the list is I think I mentioned this one earlier that there's the DHT, which digital health technology and digital biomarkers. Is that what DDM? What
I think
is that
so.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Maybe DDM.
It sounds like, like, hey, let's why don't you slide into my DDMs and we'll talk about doing some DHTs.
I think it's digital derived metrics or something. I
Metrics,
think
thank
is
you.
There it
what.
is.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Thanks, Keith.
Thanks, Keith. Keeping us honest
Um,
here.
yeah. No, we're gonna go with DDMs.
DDMs.
Yeah.
DDMs. Yeah, but I think there was just there's a download now, and so yeah. But I think we talked about this in previous weeks of just like FDA is trying to get more information about these DDMs.
Yeah. Honestly, I think like with all the wearables and stuff like that and home sensors and non-invasive stuff, you can just there's so much data out there telling companies to do something controlled to figure out how to use it. I think it's smart. So I think it's cool. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Well,
this is how you should use it.
especially as someone that did so much human factors in Cedar, just when you have wearables and things that people take home and you know how easy it is to mess those things up, and then you're taking those as written scripture for how you're doing things. Yeah, no, that drives me crazy. So I'm glad that digital health is still unbelievably active in everything that they're putting out.
Yeah,
They seem like the busiest people at FDA.
it's
especially right
got to
now.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's funny. I've met at this conference. I've met a lot of people. I have a booth, and so people come up and it says like human factors engineer, and I'm like, oh, human factors, like that's so big right now in FDA, and they're like, you know what human factors are? Like they're all so excited that I know what they kind of do. Like I'm not an expert in it, but I'm just like, yeah, like everyone should know this. Why are we? I feel like we're so late in catching up, in the
I'm
med
like,
tech space.
are we the are we the nerds that like I figured everyone knew what human factors is. Apparently, it's no.
Supposedly not. Yeah,
That's
No,
that's
it's
terrifying.
terrifying. It
I
is.
can tell you that very few people know what human factors is.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
There's not enough human
Yeah.
factors out there to tell them that what human factors is. We need the human factors, the teaching of human factors.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Um, should we talk last but not least?
yeah. Last but
The,
not least,
I don't know if you guys follow FDA Recruitment Network on LinkedIn, but
I
it's
do
very
now.
Hmm.
sweet. Yeah, you should because it
Yeah.
also gives you some like you can see who they're hiring. But they welcomed 61 new employees to FDA, and they were like 61 talented individuals, 61 new perspectives, one shared commitment to public service. And I actually like there were a few people in that room in that picture that I was like, oh, I talked to them when they were like, hey, I got a job offer at FDA. Should I go work there? And I was like, yay, they said yes.
Oh,
So
nice.
I know I
That's
was like, I'm
awesome.
so happy. Like I
Oh,
help people to like make the decision to go to FDA, and I also help people. And I think Nyla, you're the same. We help people
Yeah,
make the decision to leave FDA.
yeah. We have done both. Yeah.
We've done both. We've been on both sides. So,
Hi, Keith. How you doing?
hey Keith, so good to have you on the call today. Yeah, so it's sweet, and it's also it shows how much they're hiring like
Yeah,
hard.
because
Like it's great.
that's a huge class, and I think like it was only, I feel like it was only a couple weeks ago where they had a big picture of like 54 new people, and they are bringing people back into the White Oak offices, which I don't, I am happy they are doing. I think even if it's like hybrid schedule, I think the camaraderie and like getting things done in a consistent way was really helped by having people at least occasionally in the office. So
mhm.
I feel like I'm seeing honestly better review meetings, and our Q subs are better when people are, you know, in the office a little bit more. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also with these big cohorts, like they're all getting the training, but they're also probably meeting different different OHTs, like people that are going to be going to different offices or different, maybe even different centers. I'm not sure how they do the trainings, but I was like, that's such a good thing to like make friends in other areas at FDA because that crosstalk and sort of having those armchair consults are like so valuable because otherwise
Hmm.
people shouldn't just be making a decision all by themselves or just themselves with plus Elsa. Like they need to be kind of
Yeah.
thinking about, hey, who should I call and who do I know here that can help me with this?
Yeah. Who's my other human in the loop?
yeah.
All
But
right, I'm gonna go get ready to give a talk. See how it
yeah,
goes.
Yeah.
go
Let
do it.
everyone know what's going on inside that brain. Yes.
Yeah.
They don't want to know. It is like a
The,
couple hamster wheels.
it's a dark and cavernous place.
There's this like coated in caffeine that's sticky with caffeine. Like yeah, like dark cavernous, a lot of space, empty space.
So much room for activities, though.
So much room. And then there's some face painting, like face
Yeah.
painting and lumberjack. So anyway, Keith, thank you so much for joining us.
How do people
Yeah.
find you?
Yeah, how do people reach out to you?
So the company I work for is JNP Medi in South Korea. So if you ever want to bring anything to anywhere in Asia, you go on our website and you can email us and we will email you back. jnpmedi.com. Journey to the
Awesome.
next phase.
Ooh, I like that
Yeah.
tagline.
So
And I
the
like your
Is
company
that
is
what it
shirt.
not
means?
just so the company is not just regulatory affairs. It's also clinical trial software and venture capital as well. So
Dang,
it
that's
is
amazing.
every phase.
I feel people need those conversations, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, someone that looks at something like the whole life cycle instead of just getting across the finish line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I started Blue
There's
Stocking
also a
Health.
K-beauty branch.
Oh, do you
Really?
do like
Yeah.
products?
I
Can you like,
mean,
I don't know, like get some samples?
I mean, we can
My
talk.
Okay.
my 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 sister-in-law got me some from Korea because she's Korean and sent me some nice face lotion last year for Christmas, and I still use it. It's awesome.
They know skin products in Korea, man. That is
Hmm.
like the place to get your stuff. So dope. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Hold on, rewind. What did they say? Allison and Nilo just winging away. Regs and guidance, we'll try our luck. Just two folks out here trying to keep up.